Giddy up like a spur, I feel like Tim Duncan, yeah. Shorty, she tweaking, she yelling and screaming. Let's skip all the fussing, yeah. Let's skip all the fussing, chasing this gleaming bone like.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to 94 Feet. It has been a while, but the trade frenzy has pulled us out of hibernation while we're trying to build the set. LOL. So, apologies for the being missing for a while. But speaking of these trades, let's just start off with who was not traded. I think that's the biggest thing to me coming out the trade deadline. Giannis
Yeah,
is still a buck.
right.
For what? I don't. Milwaukee. What are we holding on for? For you know that song from LTDI, the holding on. Holding on till our love's gone, and
No, for
that's
real
no
though.
lie. Like, why? I don't get it. I don't get it. For the life of me, I can't figure out why they did not ship him off.
Mm-mm.
At this point, nothing good's coming out of Milwaukee. Respectfully,
Yeah,
all
like
their
at all.
like that. They had their one. Thank you for playing. You had your one Cinderella run. That's it. I feel
Right.
like just ship him off and go full in the rebuild. Like just go. I don't even get why. I like for the life of me. I whenever I saw that tweet and it was like, oh yeah, he's gonna stay in Milwaukee. I was like, for what? He's been injured all season. I don't even think he wants to be there anyway.
He
Like
doesn't. I mean, he's been injured. I'm not gonna say he's faking his injury because some injuries are actually real and there's reasons why you can't play. But like we've seen Giannis play through some things, and it's like, this is my city. Him not doing that now, it kind of shows he really wants out. And he wouldn't have said anything about the trade. I feel like if he didn't want out. I think they were trying to actually get something in return for him, is why it didn't work, and they're gonna end up just losing him in free agency, and then they're just gonna have to go rebuild anyways.
or it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same deal you probably would have took it anyway. Because I will say this, and this is my thing too with a lot of these trades. At the end of the day, the way they've made these new luxury tax rules and the second aprons and everything we saw as Celtics fans, we saw Celtics have to basically implode their whole team the first time.
Right.
At this point, the only way you could trade somebody with that's worth a lot of money is for somebody else that's worth a lot of money, or eight people that are worth the same money. Like it's just not gonna work unless you go big contract for big contract. That is why I'm not shocked that Trae Young ended up being a Wizard. Because I remember we
Right.
joked long before he ended up getting traded. My whole thing was if you look at everybody else that's getting paid as much or more than him, you'd much rather have them than Trae Young.
I mean, if you're being honest, it's a fact.
I mean, unless you are a team that's like so in the green money wise that you can take a hit and you don't care. And that's
Right.
why what the Wizards have done has been semi genius. I mean, granted, they went and got, my man Data Davis, they got Mr.
And then
Glass.
Trey
So
Young isn't any better on that
yeah.
scale of things, especially lately. So like, I mean, I think if they stay healthy, and I'm just saying this about the Wizards, even though we was talking about the whole Giannis thing, I think the Wizards semi made a smart move by doing what they did to get those players, only because now you can get those ticket sales. I mean, it's better than Jordan Poole, respectfully. Nothing against him, but like I'm just being honest.
No disagreement here.
And then like AD's another one. Trey Young and AD actually could make some type of noise. Are they gonna go to the finals? No, absolutely
Oh,
not.
dear God.
But for the market that's in DC and then already what's going on, I mean, they definitely bring it up a little bit. So it's kind of smart what they did. They definitely will get more ticket sales. I can see that.
Listen, someone who goes to Howard, Wizards games is cheap as a mess. That was this is they
I
we
might have to slide to Howard to go to a Wizards game myself.
listen. We was already circling the schedule. Me and my boys, we was already circling like, yo,
Let me
oh
know. Let me know what
this one's
game y'all
looking
trying to go
smooth.
to. I might just have to pull up.
But like,
No cap.
but we were also laughing because I mean, this is not a lose for the Wizards. That's why I say like I think of all the trades, I admit I'm a firm believer in a lot of these moves are stupid. I feel
Yeah.
like everybody at trade deadline gets real drastic, gets real. We have to try to win now.
Right.
Society is very much, and we cannot wait for something to build. That's just how
Hmm.
society is recently. It's just across all
Literally.
sports. It's just how it is. If you don't win today, you better win tomorrow, or show potential of winning tomorrow, or everybody's getting fired. And I feel like a
Literally.
lot of times at the trade deadline, people make these drastic moves and it leads to nothing. And for the Wizards, the reason why they sort of can't lose is because you were literally already in last place. It can't get much worse. Like
Right. I mean, it couldn't.
if Young and Davis end up being injured all like for missing a whole bunch of games and we all for nothing, at the end of the
Right.
day, you're still going to be in 15th where you were now. Like there's
And it don't
no
matter. That's the thing. Is like for their move. That's why I said for them, it's smart because and like you was kind of saying, they kind of were a team where they had the leeway to do something like that. If you want to give your home team up, y'all wasn't doing anything anyways, and try and see if you can get something that you could actually make some type of noise with,
I
and
mean,
that's what they kind of did.
and they had the cap space.
These dudes get healthy, and I'm not saying they're gonna stay there or resign or whatever the case is, but they get healthy,
I
yeah,
mean, even if they're all there next season, the team that potential of if everybody's healthy, a Trey Young, Anthony Davis,
yeah,
Kaishawn George,
and
Sar,
Alex Sarr, yeah,
yeah, by a lot. Like they have a nice little squad if everybody's
they all
healthy.
right,
But it's a big if, knowing how the injury
yeah,
histories have been with your two biggest, your most expensive stars. But the Wizards have cap space for that. But
right,
that's why when it came to a lot of these other super team built ideas, I was like, no one's got the money for that. I mean, I feel like that's the same reason why, unfortunately, Ja ended up staying in Memphis. As
right.
much as
No one
that seems
wanted
like,
that.
as much as that's the
Listen,
situation you should blow up, where is he
it's
going?
like, because then it's like, who's gonna take that? Because anyone who takes it, you gotta match his contract. So if you're not giving up someone who's just as good and paying paid just as much, then you have to match his contract with a whole bunch of picks and role players or whatever the case is. And you're still gonna have to give up a starter or two.
Once again,
So it's like, who's giving that up?
you're either giving up your first or second highest paid player for Ja,
Right.
or you're literally giving up the other half of your team in four picks. What's the point?
No, literally.
Especially when if you look at how much he's getting paid, as I said, this was the Trey Young thing, and I remember telling everybody, I was like, he's not going to go anywhere significant. Like with all due respect, he's going to end up somewhere that has a cap space. It was like Brooklyn or Washington. One of them two are going to take a chance and be like, what? Who doesn't matter? Like at the end of the day, who cares? And I feel like
Facts.
for me, that was their biggest issue. But I feel like we need to segue to maybe the biggest trade on paper. I mean, AD was big. Don't get it twisted,
Yeah,
but
that was big.
James Harden to Cleveland. What in
That
the
surprised me.
journeyman? What in the journeyman is
I
happening?
mean, it's like it's
Him?
like he like wakes up and is like, I don't want to be on this team no more, and then they just
Well, I guess he said he didn't request a trade though. So I don't know.
all right. So if he didn't request it, then what was the beef?
Hence I say that I don't know at this point. I just laugh at how the what was once upon a time, about 14 years ago, the most inspirational, future is bright, big three, and maybe the history. Like, if we ever think about a team that had so much potential and legit fell apart, that's got to be the team in all of history. I feel like I've never seen a team in any sport that's like, oh my gosh, they're going to be a problem. And then they just don't proceed to do nothing.
Like
And now
absolutely
it's
nothing.
funny when you got three MVPs from between the three of them being Harden, KD, and Russ
Hmm.
for people who, if you had no clue, I'll come out somehow was now watching those three MVPs all at the same team, 1 point on the same team, or are now just legit journeymen, baffles me a little bit.
I mean, because they're like, this is nothing against them, and it's nothing against people who stay loyal to whatever organization they stay in, but it just shows one, the business in the NBA, and two, the loyalty nowadays of what they got. I mean, it, obviously this one, like you said, wasn't James Harden saying he wanted to trade, but like let's look at every single, maybe not as much Russ, obviously, but let's just look at it. Every single team that one of them has been on, for the most part, is like, yeah, I want out once things go downhill.
No, like they've all ended terribly.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think any of them have had a stint where you left and it was like that was good. Like
No,
none of them.
I mean,
Maybe Westbrook and DC, I think. I guess, maybe.
right, but then look what you're talking about, DC.
I know.
You feel me? Like nothing against them, and I was just saying this earlier, but their market just isn't.
Their market ain't
It's
nothing,
not that.
respectfully. It's just not. But it's just so wild with this trade. And I admit, to me, Cleveland, it whether he asked or not, I don't get Cleveland on this one. I don't get it. To my point earlier, I think trades like this are stupid.
Yeah, I think they're stupid too.
I hate to say it. I mean, you know me, I try to be Mr. Nice.
The
Stupid.
reason I think was behind the scenes. I don't think Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland actually liked playing with each other.
You don't go get a older version of Darius Garland though,
No, you don't. But then again, who do
because
you get in that situation then?
I don't know. I don't. I couldn't
Because
tell you.
what do you do? Put a trade package together and go get Jaw? Because that don't work.
That no, that'd have been that might have been the only other person in the market that'd have been worse. I'm not gonna lie. Um,
Like
my thing is
I.
though, here's my issue with it, right?
hmm
Whether they got along or not, all you did was put pressure on yourself to do something better than you did before.
Now, instead of having the 3 year, maybe 4 year window, whatever they had, if they re-signed Donovan Mitchell and brought Garland back and kept their core, or whatever. Now, instead of the 3 to 4 year window, you changed it to 6 months to 1 year.
You get one because now at this
Because now
also
think about
too.
it. If they don't make a run right now and do something and at least make it look good, who knows if Donovan Mitchell is even gonna re-sign?
Well, let's just unpack further. At this point, if you look at the last couple of years, they've
hmm
all been filled with second and first round exits.
Right?
Last year, you legit had the one seed and
hmm
arguably had the simpler path to the Eastern Conference Finals. Because
Facts.
Boston and New York were on the other side.
Facts.
Like, I know I was a Tyrese believer, but who the heck else was picking Cleveland in that series?
Nobody.
And
After they lost the first one and we saw what Tyrese Halliburton was on, nobody picked them.
yeah, everybody was like,
Nobody.
well, because according to everybody, injuries and they snuck by the Bucks. You know, them cardiac kids, because that was their thing was they would always be down five in the last minute, 2 minutes, and magically find a way. I never could understand it, but every time,
They did the things that Boston was doing in 24.
yes,
Honestly, it was literally that. That's
it was
literally
the
what they was
cardiac
doing.
kids. It was the cardiac kids. But I tell you, like Cleveland, you had the simpler path. So this year, especially in once again, as we joked way earlier this season, in the
Right?
weak East, it was like, well, this is sort of your year, and you started off terribly, and
No facts.
all you did was just sort of, in a way, sort of make a major move, sort of blow it up a little bit, and expect something different. So now, if you keep down the same path where you just barely sneak into the playoffs, it's a hot mess. You get put out in the first round because where they're at right about now, they're looking at playing a higher seed.
Right.
They're playing a Boston, New York, or Detroit. You get put out first round. We did all
But
this for nothing. It just looks bad. It just looks bad.
yeah, it looks horrible.
And in today's society, as we were already just saying, in today's society, when everybody's like, you win now or else.
Yeah.
If they don't show any type of potential, the or else is going to get worse now. Because
hmm
before, I argue you could have probably waited if everything fell apart. Okay, now with Garland or Mitchell or whoever, you try something after. Because
They were
you
about to
got to
lose.
me.
They were about to lose Mitchell and be stuck with Garland, and no one was gonna take that though. I think that's why they did it.
I mean, I think you could have traded Garland and re-signed Mitchell in the offseason and still kept it all together.
The thing is, was he gonna come back?
My thing is, where is he going in this whole money
Whoever
battle?
offer him, anyone will
But
offer him something.
like if you look at it, only teams with good cap space with i.e. the Mavericks or the
But no,
Bulls
but
next
that's the
season.
thing. That's the thing is some teams start to just make moves so they can go and get somebody. I mean, think about it. Memphis was literally trying to, not so much Memphis. Timberwolves were really trying to make a move for Giannis, and
Yeah,
they
no,
started just giving things away that they didn't need to really.
yeah, they were fried.
I mean, like I see what they were doing. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. But
No,
like,
not in the slightest.
and then all right, I didn't understand why they got rid of Mike Conley to free up space. I understand. Send him to the Bulls, word. But then you trade for Ayo, what's his
The
name?
Sumu
And
got
give
rid
up
of
Rob
Rob.
Dillingham. What is wrong with them?
Once again, I tell you,
And
everybody
they trade him to
gets
the same team, so they basically give up their both of their point guards and got that
uh
point guard.
yeah, a guard. Once again, also in this, as I say, the desperado. We just they get desperate and they start doing stuff.
It just don't make sense to me
They start wilding out.
whatsoever. It doesn't make sense.
They start
It's
wilding
just
out.
yeah,
They start
they
wilding
didn't.
out.
Yeah, I ain't here for it. They need to fix that.
Nope.
And this this is
Speaking
this
of
is
the
the
Chicago
problem with that
guards.
rule. No, the Chicago guards is insane.
No,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
what are you saying first? And we'll laugh about Chicago.
Honestly, I lost my train of thought 'cause I just started thinking about how
How
many guards they
wild.
have in that team, and it doesn't even
They
make
got
any
nobody
sense.
over 6'8" or six foot
Like, I
nine right
mean,
now. on
Are you
record.
serious?
Yes, on record after the
Oh
trade
no,
deadline,
that's
they have
gross.
nobody over
That
six
is
foot nine.
disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting.
In a world where Wemby and Giannis and Jokic pretty much are top MVP candidates, you have no one over 6'9" is a wild look.
Yep, that's sad.
Once again, so bad to the point. Let us never forget. So cooked that the league is so we need tall people that the Celtics legit took
Gave up the
their one
one bench
bench
spark
spark
they got
because
to go get a big man.
we needed a center. Now, granted, I will say this, and as I said, I'm from Massachusetts. I am a Celtics fan. I do not agree with this move.
I don't either.
I will grow to agree with it on one of a few conditions.
And we win.
Well, that's the obvious one. I'm talking about there's a few
If
things
we
with
if we don't get to at least the conference finals, I'm
here's my
mad at Brad
thing.
Stevens for making this move.
Here's my thing.
Respectfully.
Here's where I can get on board. Part of it being Ron Harper Jr. the other day, first
All
and
right, all right. Listen, I love it.
I don't think we're getting that every night. I'm not even
Okay,
gonna
all
say
right.
it.
Just okay, okay.
Dear
I won't
God,
say
no.
he still got to develop first. If we're
No.
being honest,
Don't get it twisted.
but yes, what we saw against the Houston Rockets,
If we're
if
gonna
we get even just half of that every night,
if we have a
because
bench
think about
spark
it.
by
I
committee,
was gonna say, yeah, he's not
because
gonna start.
remember,
He's not gonna start other
Hauser
games.
wasn't playing. Hauser was out. JB was
Right,
so
right.
you know what I mean. If we're gonna end up having him and Shireman and Jordan
They didn't
Walsh,
start Pritchard. Did he even
yeah,
play?
I think Pritchard might have. Let me go check. I think Pritchard might have been out too. There were so many of them that were out. It
Like,
threw me off.
oh man, I was looking at that and I said they said Baylor, Sherman,
Yeah,
Ron
it
Harper
was.
Jr., Derek White, I think it was Luca Garza,
Yeah,
and
the
then
starting lineup
what
was
was who was
gross.
the fifth? I saw that and I almost turned the game off.
It was Garza, Cada, both of them at the same time was wicked.
Yeah, that
White,
was crazy.
Harper, and Shireman. They've had Pritchard off the bench, so Pritchard's been coming off the bench again. So that I can kind of be like, okay.
Okay, okay, okay. Joe Mazzulla is on something, and I think we gotta let him cook.
Once
I
again,
think we have to let him cook.
I will say this. I do not agree with the Simons trade, but I would argue in Brad Stevens' time as, you know, in charge, GM 9, he has realistically not made a very rough move yet.
Even when we didn't like the moves that he made, it worked out.
Like,
Porzingis.
like
When they got rid of Rob Will, he was like, "Oh no!" And then Drew Holiday came. He was like, "Oh, yay!"
once again,
It's facts.
I mean, because remember, because it was smart for Porzingis, I was like, we have no guards, and it was like
And
Rob
oh
Will
my
for
goodness,
Holiday, and I was like, I will shut up.
yeah,
So
no, literally. I
I've
mean,
been here
because
before.
we was talking about Malcolm Brogdon and Derek White being the one of
Yeah.
them, and we was like, yeah, cool, but they need help.
Yeah,
Love them, but they need help.
And
And
then
then
Holiday
Holiday
showed
shows
up,
up.
and then Pritchard had the season of his life.
Like,
So granted, besides besides I call it like the blind faith in Brad Stevens and Joe. On paper, I am not with it, but between the blind faith, I will say the bench by committee.
yeah,
We're gonna have Pritchard and all these guys coming off the. I mean, Pritchard not on the lineup, but like you know, we're gonna have Shireman and Jordan Walsh and whoever by committee kind of figure it out.
yeah,
Cool. The other part where I will sort of get on board is they must know that Tatum's returning
he has to be because
because Tatum
you really
legit
took away a basically a 30-point scorer. I'm not saying Anthony Simons was giving you 30 a night, but like his
on
last
any
game he
night
had 27.
on any night he was
Yeah, on
giving.
any night. On any night he'd give you that.
We got rid of our second best scorer
Yes.
respectfully. Like granted on points per game, Pritchard and White
I
have
was gonna say
more.
Pritchard White have more, but
I'd
if you
argue he's
just
a
being
better
honest with
scorer.
yourself, it's
Now,
facts.
my thing is, Tatum legit was on that podcast and was like, I don't know how I come back 60 games in and not disrupt the flow. Well, when you're now needed to basically fill the hole of somebody now missing, it's a little
I
easier to
mean, and
do.
that's the thing, because then again, let's just be honest. The way the Celtics play, is there really a hole that's missing, or is just we don't have that other 20-point scorer? Because if we're just being honest, how many 20-point scorers do we have against the Rockets?
Well, the only person who got over 20 was Derek White. Oh no, him and Pritchard both got over 20.
Okay,
Garza
how
had
much? All right,
19.
my point exactly is how much do White and Pritchard average. We know Garza isn't nowhere close to 20. So
Yeah,
like
they're both averaging like 17.
like I said, because technically they're 15-point scorers if you're looking at that.
Yeah.
So what 20-point scorer did we have on that roster that night?
Yeah, if you
You know what I'm saying?
in the 25 2015, yeah, no, we didn't have that.
So I'm just being honest. The way the Celtics play,
It is a
Tatum was
by
gonna come back
committee.
and he was gonna do it anyways, but like he's gonna be able to fit right in just because
Yeah.
he already has a gravitational pull when he's on the floor, and the
Well,
Celtics
yeah.
are doing what they need to do.
I mean, yeah. Well, we've always
It'll
been
be
a bit
fine.
of a, like I said, the by committee of it all, and Tatum showing up
Mhm.
are what give me any type of legit faith
Right.
in this team.
No,
If Tatum
literally.
does not show up, I'm very much like, what was the point of that?
Yeah, if he doesn't, if he
Because
doesn't, if he doesn't show up, and I don't want them to rush this. I really don't want him to show up until like the end of March. But if he doesn't,
I honestly think
I think
he
he's gonna pop up in the next couple weeks. They're gonna say something.
I
No
think
cap.
the beginning of March.
Right around his birthday. 'Cause isn't his
Ready?
birthday like the third or something like that?
Birthday's the third. I only know that because I have a friend with the same birthday.
I only know that because my birthday is also in March.
Now
And
I would literally give you I will say on paper the three games I think he's gonna return.
okay,
They play Philly March 1st
against
in TD Garden.
I like that.
That's
I really like that.
they play the Hornets the day after his birthday in TD Garden. Or that Friday the 6th, they play the Mavericks in TD Garden. It's gonna be one of those three.
Oh my goodness, are they really
Because
about to do this?
I really think it's gonna be one of those
All
three.
right, I really hope they put this boy on a minute restriction and do not force it.
Nope, it's gonna be he's gonna come off the bench.
He needs to come off the
He's
bench.
gonna
I don't
check
want him to
in.
start. I don't
He's
want
gonna
him to
come
start
up.
even if we're in the playoffs, deep in the playoffs. I don't want him to start this year. Honestly, whatsoever. I don't care. I don't think that he should come in the game until the second quarter.
Nope.
They're not going to do that, but
He's going
he's
to
going to be the
be
sixth man, probably the first person off the bench, respectfully.
he's gonna come off the bench, get the standing ovation of a lifetime.
Yes, for sure.
He's gonna be at home. There's gonna be momentum.
I might have to get tickets.
I'm calling it now.
I might have to get tickets just because.
I'm
No
right
cap.
now. I'm calling it right
Those
now.
three games, I might just get tickets just because, bro.
He's going to sub in. They're gonna come down the court. They're gonna swing the ball around. He's gonna get open for three. He's going to hit it, and that place is going to scream louder than I feel like it's ever screamed before
Oh, the place is
since
gonna
Pritchard
go
hit that half court shot in the
absolutely
finals. If you
insane.
ask me my bold prediction, that man
It's
is
gonna
coming
be
back in that
insane.
first week of March. I literally when he said in his little thing like, "Oh, I come back 50 to 60 games in the season," I'm like, we've passed game 50, but I was like, that is pretty much right post game 60. I was like, it lines it, and I'm like, because what also too, it lines right up, like it right around the birthday at home. You still got about a good 15 games or so left to gel. I think if we make a deep enough run, he will eventually be back in starting lineup.
Yeah,
But I do think the first like 5 or 6 games will be off the bench, get your yeah, I mean, get your legs back under you.
I think it really needs to be a minute restriction though. Like even if they start him, take him out at some point just because. I'm not. Don't mess up his flow. I get it. Because if he's flowing, yeah, let him rock. But don't overplay him.
No.
There's like even when he comes back, there's gonna be have to be a game where they're like, you're not gonna play today, and just leave it at that.
I mean,
Respectfully.
if not for nothing else, we used to always joke the 1A, 1B. This season, he will be the two to Browns one. It's just a fact.
Oh no no no! Like I'm not even upset with it because when next season comes and he can, I mean, obviously if he comes through, he's fully recovered because they're not gonna put him out there if he's not. But if we're just being honest, and I'm just speaking as a fan, you know what I'm saying? I don't want him to rush it, so don't overplay him, and definitely make sure he is the number two, maybe even number three option.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a
No
safe
cap.
play anyway. It's going to be a safe integration back anyway, because
Yeah.
that just makes sense. I
Right.
will say this though, and I've said this before, in the new era of technology and health and wellness and whatnot, I don't doubt in my mind that he could have probably been playing now. Would have been
I
rushed and insane?
yes,
Probably.
definitely.
But
But I think he
I
could.
think he could go right now. I
I mean,
also because
he could probably
realistically,
start and play a full game, and we wouldn't have to worry about
well,
nothing.
realistically,
I'm just being cautious. That's
well,
just me.
realistically, what it is with most of these injuries, the surgery itself, you're technically
Heals it,
repaired.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're
Technically,
technically
as soon as
repaired.
they cleared him to play basketball and do workouts, he technically was repaired. Now it's just a mental thing, and
Well, A,
the
it's a
with
mental. B, it's a you getting the confidence to step on the court and not feel like something's gonna
that's
happen.
but that's the mental thing. Like that's also a mental part of it because if your mind can't stay right to even think that you can stay on the court,
Yeah.
then what are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, between that and then the rehab,
Right. I mean, he's going to rehab. What they said, 6 days a week.
well, I mean, he was in there. Like he was in there like crazy. So that's the other reason why I'm like, if he's
So,
rehabbing like crazy,
and then watching those videos of him doing those workouts, he's still gonna be up there cooking people. He's still gonna get his ISOs. He's still gonna go to work. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's
no, like
for
this.
me, it's more of a cautious thing of him, me not wanting him to come back, and I think that's what it is for the
Them.
whole organization.
No, because at this point too, and that was the when he was like, "Do I even come back next season?" That was part everybody being like, "You're making a gajillion dollars, and you're like this entire organization's pockets and career, team trajectory, everything that relies on your health. Do you realistically want to just throw this year away, or do you want to try to risk it and do something?"
And
To me, you roll the dice. You're second in the East. Like this is the if we were
it's so
15,
crazy.
if we were 15,
Not even
you
if we
sit
was like
down.
12th, I would have been like, yeah, just sit him down. Don't trip
Honestly,
about it.
anything
I
I
don't
think
care.
anything below fifth, I'm like, let it go.
But like,
We have a legit
they had
shot.
a second, and we have a shot at actually being the first seed in the East.
No, like
Now,
legit
obviously,
shot.
the Pistons are doing their work. Listen,
Give them their credit.
congratulations to the players,
Give them
congratulations
their
to the
credit.
coach staff because
Yes.
they are making sure that they keep them on track. But all in all, I think if we go a 7 game series, even with their coaching staff, I think the Celtics come out.
Well, at this point now,
And
it's an experience
I'm
thing, and
yeah,
I mean,
that's
what better
facts.
experience than having a Finals MVP as your leading guy? Like as much
That
as
and then the thing is, they've been there and lost, and then been there and won, so they got to taste both. Now it's a how bad do you want it, and that's what that is, and that's why like I was having a conversation with a couple of our cousins the other day in the Discord when we was on the game, and they were
hmm
saying, "Who do you think is coming out the East?" And dudes are saying, "Oh, do you think Philly is going to be healthy?"
heck
Or
no.
um, they were talking about New York and how far they can go. They was like Detroit is looking great, and I was like, all right, I like those ideas.
Why not us?
But then, literally, I'm sitting here and I'm like, listen, like, let's just be realistic. Why not Boston? And then dudes was like, oh, you guys don't have Jason Tatum, and I said exactly. And everyone went quiet because it was like we don't have our star number 1A player,
There's literally no pressure.
and we're still the second seed in the East, and possibly could be the first.
You know what's really wild, and I really had this moment of clarity. Beginning of the year, we were doing MVP predictions, and my whole theory hinged on top three seed with a compelling story.
Right.
Jaylen Brown just might mess around and win MVP.
Yo, no joke. I saw that, and he really might. And it's kind of crazy because Shai's gonna be out for a couple weeks. I don't know how many games he has missed, but he's gonna be out for a couple weeks, and we don't know when he's coming back exactly.
Wemby and Jokic are
Jokic,
pretty much out of it.
I mean, what?
I
How
think,
Jokic got 1 game left,
yeah, it's everybody, pretty much every star player on paper is flirting with that line.
except for JB, and I think Luca maybe.
No, I think Luka's been toast, if I'm not bugging.
Really?
I think so. I think all three of them in LA are toasted with games missed.
I know Braun for sure is toasted.
Braun, yeah, Braun just about. I think Braun missed it before the season even started.
Yeah, Braun missed it. I mean, Braun, his first game, he was already like, yeah, if he tweaks, it don't even matter. It will go down as probably the greatest season to never win an award.
Let me go. Yeah, I gotta do the math now. This is annoying.
Because, I mean, Kawhi isn't doing it, but if he was, he's out of it.
Okay, Lakers have played 49 games. Luka has played. Oh, never mind. He's still got a good chunk of them left.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, I can see them giving it to him just because it's Luca and he hasn't got one already. But
Okay.
JB deserves it. Now, what does that do to the Celtics media? Because it's not gonna do nothing to the locker room. We already know how Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown already move
Well, for
about
Tatum, his
their
season was thrown away
1A,
anyway.
1A. Yes, I understand that, but in past seasons, he's had these numbers with Jaylen Brown there. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
So it's like, you feel me?
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, as a Celtics fan, this just makes me mad excited because to know that we have Tatum who can already give you 30 a night if he wanted to, and then you have Jaylen Brown who can do the same thing, and they're not selfish and they want to win. It makes things so much easier.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like that. Dwayne Wade allowing LeBron to do what he has to do so he can be the player he is, so they can win. You know what I'm saying? It's literally that type of aspect, in my opinion.
I do
I think it
sit
works
there.
perfectly with us.
Yeah, I mean, I will laugh in the hypothetical of the Celtics making a run to the finals because no matter which one of them gets the finals MVP, it's going to be this insane story.
Yeah, for sure.
Because with JB, if JB fully pulls the legit MVP, finals MVP double up, I mean, that's going to be insane. If
Yes.
Tatum does it and makes the run on finals MVP off of a torn Achilles,
Oh my goodness.
that's going down in history. Like that's
Yes.
we're right. They're making a movie
But
about
then again, like, then you really gotta think, if we do make it to the finals,
alone. That's a story within itself.
like last year in the playoffs, no one thought we was doing this.
First of all, honestly, that he tears his Achilles and everybody was like, "Oh, well, it's been a good run for you guys."
No, and that's literally what
Like
people were
that's
saying. I remember that night that it happened when we were playing against New York and
we were
they
sitting
were going
there.
back they were going back to Boston. I remember because it was in New York. I remember they were going back to Boston and it was like, well, what happens in Boston now? Da 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 da. And I remember almost crying myself to sleep. Literally, like I remember almost crying
Yeah,
before
like
I
it's
went to bed
over.
that night because I was like, yeah, like
It's
I'm glad I
over.
got to see them win in my adult life because I was like, I don't know when we're gonna win another one. And like now we really have a shot to actually do something again.
No, like it's almost like, oh, we're still like it's weird.
We're still here.
You know what it is? I would argue across all Boston sports this year, I pretty much in my brain was like,
Yeah,
ah,
it is
this is gonna be
whatever.
a down year.
You know,
And we have
literally.
legit in my two favorite sports, the teams contending. And I'm like, what I really expected this to be
I
a down
mean,
year. And I don't know, my brain is like,
respectfully, and obviously, we're gonna win. 'Cause I'm speaking it into existence, and the
yes.
Patriots are gonna win the Super Bowl. But just to go into that for a quick thing, I that was kind of crazy to me.
Yeah. We were 4-13 last year.
Like,
We were 4
and
and 13 last year. And then back to the NBA, we were literally down our star player, torn Achilles. Like, we just traded half our star.
now
Like,
we're second in the East, and
four,
then going to the Super Bowl.
legit, three. We've legit lost three of our five starters. Our pretty much six man and Al Horford. Like, three.
And he just said deuces.
We lost three key rotation pieces because we couldn't. Well, we lost, actually, no, four. Cornet. We lost four key
Yeah, we
rotation
lost four
pieces.
key rotation
We
pieces.
lost we lost all three of our bigs in our defensive guard because we couldn't pay nobody. Lose our star player toward Achilles. We were not supposed to even be here. Top three seed ish, fighting for first, fighting,
Was it
contending.
really only four pieces? Well, I feel like it was five.
I'm probably missing somebody. Everybody named Mama left. I can't even tell you.
Drew got traded.
Drew got traded. Porzingis
Porzingis
got
got
traded.
traded.
Horford and
Horford
Cornett free
left. Cornette
agency.
left. Oh, and then Tatum got injured. So that is five,
Yeah,
technically.
yeah, but like the four of
Yeah,
them
yeah,
left. Yeah,
they left. Tatum's still here, so I get what you're saying. It's
yeah.
facts.
I mean,
But yes,
because
that's
once again, I will laugh with you with the craziest part about this, and this is why I really laugh about the Celtics having a real shot here. Phil
mhm.
Jackson once said, "If you can win 40 games before you lose 20, like you're in you're on the pace championship like an elite type team." And pretty much like I forget how many teams have not done it, but pretty much every team since forever has done that.
Yeah.
If we win 7 games before we lose two, we will qualify for that rule this year.
Oh, that's crazy.
There's only three teams in the East that are still up for it, being New York and Detroit. So like on paper right now, per the Phil Jackson rule, there's only three teams coming out the East.
That's so crazy. And we're one of the three.
And
And it's like then
and
and
two
then you
and
look
two
at
of
those
them are not Philly
teams,
or Cleveland, which we were like,
bro,
this is
and
your
that's who I
year.
thought was gonna go. I'm not gonna lie, all jokes aside, I'm thinking if Embiid can stay healthy, they're gonna make a run, and if Cleveland can get it together, they're gonna make a run. And neither one of those teams is doing that right now.
And then let's sit here and laugh some more. Maybe the funniest part in all of this, Philly starts off with VJ Edgecombe having the game of the start to a career of his life, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna be something. To the point where they had to trade Jared McCain.
Nah, facts. Trading him to the Thunder was even
But it was so
crazier.
funny. He's on paper. I'm like, this team should be so much better than what y'all are right now.
Yeah, it's facts. It really should be. It doesn't make any sense
As
why
of
they are
this
where they are.
recording, fifth in the East. Did not see that coming.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Not in the slightest.
Yeah, very disgusting.
Oklahoma City, by the way, bailed themselves out. They lose Shea, and in the same week they basically get someone to slide right back in there. Who's
I mean, and it's
and
like
if any
they
if
already
it's
had young players who wanted to play. Then you add another one who was just hungry because he was sitting on
I
the
was gonna
bench on
say
a team he
if
should have been playing on.
you literally just traded for maybe what's going to be the greatest revenge story in all of this seasons of
Like,
basketball. All of this year in basketball, you've got the greatest revenge story. Because I think everybody forgot because of Edgecombe and his injuries. Like McCain was legit in the running for rookie of the year at one point.
not even just rookie of the year. He was in the running for being the number one option on that team last year.
Like it was
Do they forget for them 14 games, it was Jared McCain and the 76ers.
no like the future was
It wasn't even Tyrese Maxey. It was
like,
Jared McCain.
and now
Like,
he's gone. I crack up.
if he stays healthy every single time he plays Philly, he is going to torch them.
Well, where's makes me laugh too with Philly and Cleveland as we joke, two teams supposed to. Right now, playoffs end today. They're facing each other. That matchup would be
Oh,
absolute comedy because whoever loses, you look terrible.
yeah.
Like that's just comedy. I sit there and laugh at that trade because that was wicked. Like it was just literally insane. And I mean, I just woof. But back to the Chicago Bulls. I want to call them the Chicago Guards as a joke
Oh,
because
goodness.
I I have never in my life saw a trade and was like, what are we doing? I've never seen, never in my life.
Yeah, it throws me off because the one big man they had where they really could have made a move to actually do something, they give them to Boston for a guard when you already had anyways because they had Kobe White and then they have Josh Giddey, which in my opinion was already solid at the guards, and then you got Ayo, what's his name,
DeSumo.
Desumu coming off the bench, which is it's not great, but it's something. You know what I'm saying? Um, but like now I'm just confused on what they're even trying to do. It just doesn't make sense over there.
Well, I will say this, correction of earlier. I didn't realize they made some more moves today. So they have two people over 6'9" now, being Leonard Miller, and if you said who exactly, and
Yeah,
Nick
no,
Richards
literally, I was
from
gonna say
the
who.
Nick Richards. Well, Leonard Miller came in with the Ayo Dosunmu trade. So he came over with Dillingham. And
Okay,
then Nick Richards came when they in some three-team trade or whatever.
okay,
So he's supposed to be going to Chicago. So they got two. They got two now over six. But yeah, you have two guys and not like anybody of substance, respectfully. You also
right.
traded away Josh, Kobe White rather, not Josh Giddey. He's the only one left. But you
Yeah,
traded
no,
away the one. You traded away two of your three consistent players in Chicago.
you feel me? Don't make sense.
Besides the Caps,
They got Josh Giddey, who should be their starting point guard, playing the four right now, basically.
I mean, in a way. I mean, the one saving grace I'd argue with Chicago is you got all type of cap space and whatnot, and because everybody you picked up is expiring contract. So if you can find a way to
So,
splash somebody, cool. But that's a real big if you ask me.
yeah, it is. It's a huge if, and I saw something, and it probably was fake, but it just made me laugh. It said that Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan told the Kings front office that they want to go back to Chicago in the offseason. I literally started laughing because I was like, with the cap space they have, They could technically
But
sign
what
both of
good?
them, I feel
We've
like,
already seen that try
but
and
we've
fail.
already seen what it was. I would not do that. But I thought that was quite hilarious.
Yes. Whether real or not, I admit to me, unless it was like a legit trade, I ignored all the rumor mills. But
I hear you.
I will laugh, I will say, not laugh, I will say, of all the things we did in trades,
Hmm.
as
Hmm.
much as I laugh at Nico and Dallas being a hot mess because of him, the picked up pieces move they made was kind of smart because they just freed themselves up with we got Cooper Flag, cap space, and picks, and we can just figure it
Well,
out.
yeah. I mean, because
That was the only win-win
if you
trade I
see
feel like.
Coop is figuring it out himself,
Just
and
figuring it
I think
out. He's
hold on.
figuring it out, respectfully.
No, I mean he definitely has. But I was gonna say you really gotta think too. They still got Kyrie who hasn't came off yet, the bench.
I mean,
Now, Ari,
yeah.
like, all right, we're gonna be honest. We're not gonna sit here and be like he's 28 years old in his prime and is gonna give you 30 a night, but his knowledge for the game, he's still Kyrie. So I
No,
feel
fair.
like, regardless, and he had his diva moments, still does sometimes. I think that he is a little older and more mature, so I think that it could help. And I think the Mavs organization actually treats Kyrie with respect the way he's wanted to, but only God knows what's gonna happen with that when he actually starts coming back on the court.
Once again,
If we're being honest.
to me, your biggest thing was building around Cooper Flag for the future.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, no. I think they're definitely going to. I
I mean,
think
they got some vet
Coop should
leaderships.
use. That's what I was saying. He should use his time with Kyrie
Well, Clay's still there too, so
now.
they got the vet leadership.
That too, though, is what I'm saying. It's like they got
But
the vet leadership, and I think both of them are gonna be there next year unless they get traded. I think.
or sign
I don't
somewhere
know, but
else.
I think
Like
yeah.
who? Yeah,
Well,
like
I don't. Are their contracts expiring? I think they both still got at least another year over there.
you're probably not wrong. Let me look into that.
But yeah, overall with that, I mean, it's not horrible. That thing they could build something around Coop, and I'm not saying they're gonna win a championship, but who knows?
Yeah,
Really, who
no,
knows?
it does not hurt to try. And at this point, with them, they're in a very much just a they're literally in a just a win lose a lose lose situation because Nico pretty much dug them a ditch and threw him in it. Like they're just trying to climb out. They have
Skip dug
no
him a ditch. The ditch was already dug up. He walked by, saw it, and said, "Oh," and just pushed him. Like that's literally what he
no
did.
that
Like he just he didn't care. He woke up and was just like, "Yeah, I don't want Luca no more," and then went and just got the first offer that was given to him, basically.
because
Not
that
even the
just
first offer.
oh my word.
He offered them Luca. If I was the
No,
Lakers and
that
I
was
hear I'm gonna get Luca for Anthony Davis, guess what?
oh my gosh. I could
Buy
never
AD.
not hear that and not laugh.
Like, what are we talking about? And it just makes it even worse that they traded him to Washington. So you're telling me that
By the end of the day,
everything that you wanted for Luca and you end up giving it to Washington. Now, obviously, it's not their fault. They had to make the move to get themselves out that hole, so I understand what they was doing. But like,
it's just
basically,
it's the through line of looking at what ended up being you traded away Luca, and basically you got first round picks for the future. You lucked out and got a first round pick yourselves and Chris Middleton. This is basically who.
like Chris Middleton. What are we talking about?
Oh my
What are we
word!
talking about?
Oh my
Bro,
word!
nothing against him. He is an NBA champion, and I respect it. He was the number two option on that team when he did it. But what are we talking about?
No,
It's
it's
Chris Middleton. Fam, he was in Washington for a reason.
I can't but just laugh.
You see,
I
let's
can't
just
but
think about
laugh.
it. Let's just think about it. Everyone who was in Washington has got out because they were actually wanted by a team. Am I wrong?
You're not. That's why it's funny.
He was still there.
Through the whole
And
shebang. No, I legit I laugh. I sit here, I laugh. Cause it's the part where you're like, all of this ended up equating to a bunch of first round picks and Chris Middleton.
like
Oh, oh.
I think maybe the only good thing about that,
Is
and
they
I'm just
lucked
trying to
out and got the number one pick with Cooper
no.
Flag.
No, because that was just the NBA being rigged because they had to give them something. And Luca was supposed to be in Memphis. I mean in Dallas for a reason. Like it was like a you need one player here, you need one player there. Like it was the organization and the NBA as a whole that was like we need to give them this number one pick so they can put someone else in that spot because
Make
there
sure
was no
Dallas doesn't get
reason
turned into
there was
ash
no
from
reason
fires.
why there was no reason why that should have happened.
Are you kidding
Respectfully.
me? I tell
Like
you,
think about it, think
like,
about it, think about it, think about this, think about this. Nico Harris did that thinking that he was actually making a smart move for Kyrie and AD to play only 25 minutes together. What are we talking about?
oh my word. No, because that was the part too. AD
Like
getting
what?
injured. AD getting injured like right when he got there for me.
Bro, he played in that game and was out by the third quarter.
Oh my word. I can't. I can't. I
What?
can't. I can't.
What?
In other moves we're gonna talk about though. Triple J is a Utah Jazz now. That move,
That's weird to me, but
it's just weird. I don't think it's gonna that's one of those, it
it's not
won't
gonna
equate
do
to
anything. It's not
it
gonna
won't
add
equate
to
to
them. It's not
nothing.
gonna take away from them. They're still gonna be the Utah Jazz.
It won't equate
Triple
to nothing.
J, Triple J is already who he is,
It won't
and
equate to
his
nothing.
his his almost winning defensive player of the year was I think as high as he's gonna get until he either gets confidence back or actually wants to go get something. We're gonna have to see how it works, but
Honestly, though, he won Depoy off of his blocks, respectfully.
yeah, I know.
That was a
Same reason why Rudy Gobert even wins it.
don't
Because
get me started. Don't
Rudy
get me
Gobert
started. Don't
began
get me started.
dunked on.
Don't get me started.
Not even playing good defense. He
Don't get
began
me started.
ISO'd out, but got how many defensive player of the years?
Why are we
Don't
living
even
in a
say the number.
society?
Don't even say
Why are
the
we living in a
number. I don't even want to
society?
hear it.
I don't like this
Wemby should have
timeline.
two already, but
I don't
things
like this
happen. So
timeline. I don't like this timeline. If I,
yeah, I don't like it
I'm not
either.
gonna mention it just because you don't want to hear it because it
Nope.
just makes
I
me
don't want to
mad.
hear the number. It makes me mad too, and I might
Don't.
crash out.
Anyhow, well, but yes, we'll back to Triple J though. Yeah, the Jazz. I mean, you give yourself a nice little three because Keontae George, marketing
hmm
Triple J. The Grizzlies, you get some first round picks and a chance to rebuild. I mean, let's just be honest. Ja's definitely leaving at some point in time.
I
He'll
don't
probably get
know.
dumped to Brooklyn over the offseason or something.
I feel bad for John now because now he has to go the rest of this season with
Man,
who?
man, whatever. It's like
You
20
don't care?
games left. You know what? I bet you $10. Either unfortunately he'll get injured or they'll suspend him because he'll start acting up. Like
He's gonna do something where they suspend him. I
like
mean,
they're gonna just
unless he just figured it out. Listen, Michael Beasley said it perfect. That situation over there is the literally is what you look at when you have an immature father. I mean,
like
because like
unfortunately no lies told.
it's and then because then he was like his father is like living through him basically because he's doing all this. Like I don't know. Think about Tyrese Halliburton's dad, right? Obviously, he went
No, he
to
was wilding. I don't care.
he went to Giannis and started tweaking, yes.
Wilding.
But
That
like
nothing will ever be
he's just
funnier
a
than
proud
that.
father. He wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
First of all,
LeVar
but
Ball.
also Tyrese had enough maturity to be like, yeah, what are you doing? Like,
No, but it's facts. I mean, because it's just that. If I think if the situation flipped and it was Jaws dad that went at Giannis,
oh dear
Jaws
God.
gonna be standing right next to him.
Oh dear God. Oh dear God.
Both trying to go at Giannis.
That'd have been a hot
I don't even
mess.
think that's what I'm saying. I don't even think it would be a yo, pops, chill out. We're not supposed to
No.
do that here.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Or get to the media and be like, yeah, no, like my father needs to apologize. No, it wouldn't even be that. It would be
No.
he would be
No.
standing right next to him, and someone would be trying to hold both of them back. That's
It'd have
what
been a
I
hot
can
it'd have been a
see.
hot mess. It'd have been a hot
So like
mess.
it's just facts. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm not saying that John Morant's father is immature, but like there's
I
certain things that
will.
just show. I mean, he's out there flashing. He got the chains on and the
I'll say
glasses,
it.
and he's out there flashing and all that. And it's like support your son, do what you do. But like the whole gun incident happened, and then he's back, and his father's still talking on the sidelines.
Once
Shut
again,
up.
once again, you won't say it, I will. Respectfully, they say it takes a village. Jasmine Rant Village sucks. I would just keep it simple.
Oh no, his village is. I mean, bro, he went to a private school and still turned out like this.
His village sucks. I got nothing. I got nothing. He was gonna get shipped to Brooklyn or somewhere that
You
can take
can't.
the cap
It's
space.
just
It's
you
basically
gotta remember there's a time and place for everything, and some of the times and places that he does things in, it's just not the right time or
either
place.
some random team's gonna take some random team. They said something about Miami, which I think that's awful. But they said
You
someone's
send
gonna.
him to Miami and you think it's bad now and he's in Memphis and we got a show coming for us. That's what I would say.
I once again,
I'm a
listen.
John
I
Morant
saw
fan though. I had to
Miami and
say
I was
that.
like, ew.
Go ahead. Send him to
Yeah.
Miami and see what
Said
happens. It's
said
going to
yeah.
be a
Let's send them to a
joke.
party city.
It's going to be a joke.
Insane. But
It's literally going to be a joke.
either they're gonna think that Spoelstra's gonna get him in line and someone's gonna take some real chance on him, or he's gonna get shipped off somewhere with a bunch of cap space, and you just eat the rest of your contract, and then you'll just
He's
be.
going to Brooklyn.
I mean, he's gonna get shipped off to Brooklyn in the offseason. Brooklyn's just
That's
gonna
still
eat
going to be
this.
crazy though. He's going to be in New York.
At the end of the day, though, what it is, Brooklyn's they're just gonna eat the salary while they get all their picks and rebuild, and let Rudy eat his contract, and then he's gonna leave and be a free agent, and he'll be a what if and a remember that time, remember that dude? That's what he's gonna be.
Facts.
Speaking of talking about Guns, and secretly he would be Gilbert Arenas.
Yes. Although,
Gil got that podcast, and I think we all remember him a lot more fondly than we did, respectfully.
well, because after the gun incident, he still played.
Yeah, but think about
He
his
matured
peak.
a little bit.
His peak was an all-star appearance in first round exits on the Wizards.
Yeah, I know.
Look at
It's
y'all.
kind of sad.
Look at y'all. Think about it.
So sick. Cause
Think about
I
it.
actually love watching Ja play, and I love his game.
Yeah,
I wish he could shoot more consistently, but like everything else, maybe play a little more defense as well. But everything else, like I really love like his attitude towards the game.
he's gonna be a what if.
But if he keeps going down this path, yes, his what if I feel like is gonna be worse than Derrick Rose. And Derrick
Yeah.
Rose what if was because of injuries. It wasn't because of anything else, you know?
What if John Morant had a braid? No, I'm just kidding.
What
But
if John
like,
Morant just relaxed?
what if
What
the
if John Morant just got off of social media? What if they just took his phone?
what if the Grizzlies did not have a bunch of wildly coyotes? Because between him and Dylan Brooks, like that team, they were second in the West, and then just a hot mess.
Well, I mean, they had no choice because it was too much.
Everybody was
Once it became a Memphis culture and you had them listening to NBA YoungBoy with the fans in warm-ups, yeah, the league knew they was in trouble. All they needed was one of them to act out just a slight little bit, and then these two, instead of just acting out, just I'm not just gonna act
wild out,
out. I'm
wild
finna
out,
blow this up.
wild
Literally, I
out.
mean,
I hate to say it, but
this dude went at LeBron. Dylan Brooks went at LeBron thinking that he was actually gonna do something, which was crazy to
he
me.
still does,
But
which is funny.
I mean, now it doesn't matter.
No, he's in the middle of nowhere, Phoenix. They're in rebuild.
Like it
Also,
doesn't matter
he's
now.
putting the ball in the hoop, so everybody's kind of like, I guess we'll allow it.
Well, I mean, I would allow it. He's progressing.
I
Am I
mean,
wrong?
also
For
Phoenix's
the most
expectation.
part, yes. Phoenix
Phoenix
expectations
is
is
so low, so they
if
don't
if
even.
you have Dylan Brooks able to bring the ball down the court, ISO, and go get a bucket, you have no hope for your team.
Yeah,
Yes, we
your
know.
team's
It's a fact.
they're in
Your
the
team
gutter.
is straight hot dog water.
Straight boo boo juice.
Like yes, boo boo juice,
But yeah, that Memphis
dirt,
team, man,
mud.
you're talking about a what if that Memphis team,
Uh,
man. Yeesh. But yeah, nah, but
you
well,
really think like their greatest series was that Warriors series, and then Draymond told them to go sit down somewhere. John Moran got injured, and we haven't heard from him since.
literally.
Sad but true.
I mean, like I
They
said,
went from doing this in the locker room to everyone getting shipped away, and John Moran's the last one,
but
and
he's gonna
he's
get
on his
shipped
way
off
out.
next. It's gonna be one of those. I remember they used to have a video series somewhere on YouTube, and it used to be called Collapse. So they look at teams and how they fell apart. That's what that team's gonna be.
Yes.
They would if that I don't know if that series is still running, but if it is, they're gonna be a collapsed episode.
Yeah, if that series is still running, they next up on the list.
Milwaukee be right there with him soon though, because Giannis is definitely getting shipped off at some point.
I
I know
like
Giannis
the
tweeted
fact that they
some
haven't
mess,
traded him. The fact that
bro.
they haven't traded
Giannis
him
tweeted
is
something,
just
and I'm like, whatever. Like, just
oh
go.
about the trade buzz and something like that.
I'm going to pull this up right now because I saw
Giannis is
this and
hilarious. He's
laughed.
literally a troll. He's
Legends
literally
don't
a troll.
chase, they attract. I said, whatever, man. If you don't get up out of there and hurry up and let Milwaukee go back in the rebuild,
I
they'll
mean,
never
it's
truly
time
be
for
in a
him.
rebuild when you're there, but they're never going to get no further. It's not going to happen.
The thing is, they're never gonna truly be in rebuild because whenever he plays, the difference that he makes on the court, they end up winning certain
With
games.
him by himself, he can carry them to a seven seed. They'll never be a full blown rebuild team.
No,
They'll never be full blown rebuild. The issue is all the second people they've paired with him, they can't get nobody really significant because the best shot you had was Middleton and Holiday. Then you blew that up. all
Right.
extra prematurely for Lillard. That didn't work out. You then got rid of Lillard, and your answer was Miles Turner.
I don't know what they were thinking when they did that.
Don't
Miles
know.
Turner, of all people,
I don't know. I don't know. I
don't make
just
no sense.
ew. No, I'm just but
But just ew, ew.
that's what no, what's the lemon? Like it's one of
No,
the
for real.
just bad, just bad. But he'll be
That or
nice.
the little kid that turns around and be
No, it's just
like it's disgusting.
it's bad.
And then Miles Turner is a joke to me, especially after he was talking about Tyrese Halliburton not being like that. And I
Why
was
you
like,
wait till
bro,
you left it? Why you wait till
I
you
was
leave and
like,
start
you
talking?
said nothing the whole time he was
Man was
doing
passing you the
everything through
ball, kicking
that
game
playoff
winners,
series.
and you were like Tyrese. All of a sudden, he tore his Achilles. You on a different team now. All of a sudden, he not cool. You got all this stuff to say. As that's one of those
Yeah, nah.
you real loud now that no one's here. That's
Yeah, and that's where to me it was like, well, who's really the soft one?
wicked. But
Because Draymond will punch his teammate in the face
Draymond was in practice and
and
was like,
say
I
it.
said, what?
You know
Yo,
what I'm saying?
time
Like,
out. Before we go, did you see the clip of that kid asking Jordan Poole about that?
yes. And Jordan Poole handled that like a champion. I'm not even gonna
What else
lie.
could you do? It was a little kid. He didn't know no
Smack the
better.
little kid.
He ain't know
What you
no
asking so many
like
questions
no
for?
no, but that little kid didn't know. He didn't know no better. But that
He
was
didn't know any better. That's what made it
but
even
oh
funnier.
that's oh man. He said,
Yeah, no, that
yeah,
was
her dog.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it was his face too. I was in tears
Because
because
he looked, he was like,
sometimes when I watch certain things like that, I be trying to put myself in their shoes. Like, say you got punched by your teammate, and then a couple years later you're with kids, and then they ask you that question. How do you respond to that?
no,
And he responded literally like right like that. Didn't even think about it. No reaction.
that was
Nothing.
media trade. But you know
I would have froze for a second and I
no,
really
his
think
eyes were
about how
like,
I
did
go
he
about this.
just
Yeah. Nah, I mean the media trading was great because no cap that threw me off. I'm not gonna lie.
just you?
Yeah, bro, it was crazy,
Listen, that was
crazy.
wicked.
Yes, it
Wicked.
was for sure. It was
Mm.
funny though. I was in tears.
No, it was comedy. But yeah, but I mean, well, we got about a good what 4 to 6 weeks till playoffs or whatever. Maybe a
Yeah,
little
it's
more than
gonna get
that.
very interesting.
It's gonna be wild, man.
It's
But
gonna get very
that
interesting
wraps up free trade frenzy here on 94 feet. I appreciate everybody watching.
for
Ain't
sure.
no way like the Harden way, y'all. Peace.